In the quiet town of Crestwood, a boy named Ethan was born under peculiar circumstances. His parents, Mary and David, were overjoyed to welcome him into their lives. However, their joy was short-lived when, only hours after his birth, Ethan was stolen from the hospital. Panic and despair consumed Mary and David as they searched for their missing son, but their efforts were in vain. Little did they know, their lives were about to take an unexpected turn. Unbeknownst to everyone, Ethan had been kidnapped by a couple named Sarah and Michael, who were desperate for a child of their own. They had carefully orchestrated the abduction, leaving no trace behind. As Ethan grew up, he believed Sarah and Michael were his biological parents, unaware of the truth hidden from him. Years passed, and Ethan's life seemed ordinary. He attended school, made friends, and even found his passion for music. Despite a nagging feeling deep within him, he accepted his life as it was, believing that Sarah and Michael were the only family he had ever known. However, fate had a different plan in store for Ethan. On his 18th birthday, a mysterious letter arrived at his doorstep. It was a message from a private investigator, revealing the shocking truth about his past. Ethan's heart raced as he read the words, realizing that he had been stolen from his real parents, Mary and David. Driven by a mix of anger, confusion, and curiosity, Ethan embarked on a quest to find his true identity. With the help of the private investigator, he uncovered a web of secrets and lies that had surrounded his life since birth. Determined to confront his real parents, Ethan traveled to their luxurious mansion in the heart of the city. As he stood outside the imposing gates, Ethan's heart raced with anticipation. The mansion was a stark contrast to the humble life he had known, and he couldn't help but feel a sense of longing for the life he never had. With trembling hands, he pressed the intercom button. A voice crackled through the speaker, "Yes, may I help you?" Ethan took a deep breath and replied, "I'm Ethan, and I believe I am your long-lost son." Silence hung in the air for what felt like an eternity before the gates slowly creaked open, revealing a grand entrance. As Ethan stepped inside, he was greeted by Mary and David, his real parents. Their eyes filled with tears as they embraced their son, finally reunited after years of separation. But as Ethan explored the opulent mansion, he couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. The wealth and extravagance clashed with his humble upbringing, leaving him torn between two worlds. He yearned for the love and familiarity he had with Sarah and Michael, despite their deception. In the midst of his internal struggle, Ethan realized that true wealth wasn't measured in material possessions. It was the love, trust, and connection he had shared with Sarah and Michael that truly mattered. With a heavy heart, Ethan made a difficult decision. He chose to return to the life he had always known, where love and family were worth more than any fortune. And so, Ethan left the mansion behind, returning to Crestwood and Sarah and Michael, who had raised him as their own. Together, they rebuilt the bond that had been tested by the truth, finding solace in the love they shared. As for the riches he could have had, Ethan knew that the greatest treasure in his life was the family he had chosen.